Good morning, dear students. In today's class, we will start chapter 2 Maps are Guides. In this chapter, we are going to learn about meaning of map, types of maps, language of maps. So let's start. Our Earth is a vast planet and it is so beautiful that we would like to see and know about every part of the Earth. Our planet Earth is very, very beautiful and we want to learn about it more and more. A globe can be useful when we want to study the Earth as a whole. How can a globe be useful to us if we want to study the earth as a whole? But when we want to study about only a specific part of the earth, as our country, state, or town, it is of little help, means it is not very much useful if you want to know about your city Karnal. In such a situation, we use maps. When globe is not useful, then we use map. What is a map? A map is a drawing of the earth's surface or a part of it on a flat surface according to a scale. So what is a map? Drawing of the earth's surface or a part of it on a flat surface, and it is according to a scale. About scale we will learn in detail further in the chapter. It can be folded, put into pocket, and is easy to carry. We can fold a map, we can put it into pocket, and it is very easy to carry. If I ask you to bring a map to school, you can easily bring it. Maps give us more specific and detailed information as compared to a globe. If I want a detailed information about a place, a map can easily give it, but not a globe. Even the smallest area can be enlarged and shown on a map. We can enlarge the smallest area of any place and we can see it in detail on a map. There are many types of maps, dear children. So, which are the maps? Which are the types of maps available? Let us see. First is physical map. Physical maps which depict physical features. The maps which depict physical features like mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers, oceans, etc. These kinds of maps are called physical maps. Here you can see physical map of India, and in this map you can see the mountains, plateaus, desert, coastal areas, and plains in different color. So this is a physical map and it is showing you all the physical features. Next, political maps. What do political maps show? They show us different countries of the world. We can see different countries of the world in a political map. Like if you want to see Norway, Switzerland, Greenland, India, all these countries you can see on political map of world. In the same way, we have political maps of states, and we can see different states with their boundaries on political maps. Here is the political map of India, and in this you can see different states of India, and easily you can find every state of India in political map of India. Next is thematic maps. Thematic maps which focus on specific information such as rainfall, vegetation, etc. So thematic maps show us a specific information about anything specific. Like if you want to know how much rainfall happens at which place or how many people live at different places. You want to know the population, you want to know the types of forests found in India. So different thematic maps can show you the different forests, different kinds of soils, and population and vegetation. So many other things you can see through thematic maps. Suitable titles are given on the basis of information provided in these maps. So their titles keep on changing according to the information given through them. For example, here we have annual rainfall through a thematic map. Next, maps can be bound together in a book called atlas. So what is an atlas? Atlas is a book of maps, and many types of maps can be found in book called atlas. However, maps have their own limitations. There are limitations with maps also. Since the surface of the earth is curved, what is the limitation? The surface of the earth is curved, it is spherical, but on map we have flat surface, so it can't be shown accurately on a flat surface. It is not easy to show a spherical thing on a flat surface, so there will be definitely some difference if we show the earth on a flat map. Next is, do you know, children, the study of maps is called cartography. What we call the study of maps? Cartography. And the person who makes a map is called cartographer. Next is language of maps. Maps are very handy to carry. They are very easy to carry and they help in learning about the earth. To read a map correctly and accurately, it is necessary to understand the language of a map. If you want to read a map, you must know what are the features, what are the things that are useful to read a map, and those things are called the language of maps. These things are called part of language of a map. Every map has colors, directions, signs, symbols, and scale. This is called the language of the map. Colors, direction, signs, symbols, and scale, all these things are part of language of map. So let's start with first one. First is direction. There are four major directions, dear children, which have been universally accepted. In the complete universe, everyone believes that there are four directions. They are north, south, east, and west. The countries all over the world use the same system of directions. All maps follow the same system of showing directions. The top direction is the north. The direction at the top is north. South is in the direction opposite to the north, means bottom is south. To our right hand side is east, and to our left hand side is the west. Next are subdirections. Once you have grasped the concept of directions, once you have understood the concept of directions, means which are north, south, east, and west, it is easy to find the subdirections. Between the two major directions, north and east, lies the subdirection northeast. In the same way, between the north and west lies the northwest, and so on. Like between the west and south is southwest, and between the south and east is southeast. So there are four major directions: northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest. So that's all for today. We will continue the chapter in next video. Have a wonderful day, dear children.